Sagar, if it requires like some background about what you're saying, kind of give that off too, so we know.
Sure. I guess I'm just gonna start with my partner.
Guys.
I would hope my partner would, you know, agree or say that I was loyal and helpful, you know, in the relationship, and anytime, you know, she needed me, I was there for her, and I was funny and spontaneous to make sure that, you know, things didn't get whatever lame,
boring,
right, and most of all committed, because I think that's, you know, for sure one of the most important things. In terms of kids, I would hope they, you know, they would look up to me. Oh, sorry.
You got one. You got one. Maybe we could talk about it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So that we could discuss some of this. Yes, absolutely. All right. So Sagar, definitely he said loyalty, commitment, fun, funny, spontaneous, funny. So why is being loyal or committed? I guess they're kind of the same thing. Why is it so important to you?
I actually don't think they're the same. Okay. I don't think they're the same thing. I think loyal more means, you know, just loyal, right? Exactly. What?
Sorry?
Avoid loss.
Yeah, I mean, like just.
Oh, okay.
You know,
that's how
you.
you're.
One, you know, no, whatever. Yeah, and then committed would be, you know, it would be more of committed to helping and committed to providing.
Committed to the relationship, making it work.
Making sure that I'm not, you know, gone all the time or whatever, you know, stuff like that.
What do you mean gone all the time?
You know,
it's taking a.
I travel a lot, so I don't know. Anyways,
okay.
So you know, I think yeah, and the funny, spontaneous part, just to keep things fun.
Okay. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Okay, so who wants to share about kids or grandkids?
I'll do it.
Okay, Vivek, guys.
All right. All right. My kids would say he was always a positive, loving. He always gave good advice and always lived that advice. He was a good role model in all aspects of life, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and was always fun to be around. Yeah, good luck reading that.
Yeah, where is it?
Positive, loving.
Okay, so again, remember how throughout the last 2 days, well, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but I definitely, since after going to camp for so long, I've picked up on this theme about love and why Gurudev feels it's like one of the most important qualities, or I guess qualities to have and to give it away to people. I think I was reading the Akhand Jyoti during the Swadhyaya, and it said that Gurudev had collected so much love by working really hard, and then he just used to give it away for free to everybody, anybody. So what is your reason behind why is it so important for your kids to love you?
Well, love for me, I agree completely with that. And love for me is the key. I mean, it's the glue that binds and holds everything together within a relationship and within everyone we know and you want to be a part of. So, yeah, it's important to me. It means just a bond, that connection that we like to give off. Even if
it's
not
almost like a
family.
mutual respect, right? It's
Exactly.
a very strong mutual respect.
And yeah, you guys can share if you want anything about what we're talking about.
Yeah, where do you see you read that? Because I read it like on the book cover, and it said basically the same thing. It said,
Yeah, I think it was the book cover.
It said I'd bought love at a very heavy price.
Yes, it's exactly something like that. Yeah, I think it was my will and legacy. Yeah, exactly. I think it was that book. I was reading it. Yeah, go pick up.
All right. Good.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to say something? Sorry, she wants. They inspire. That my parent inspires me. Yes, definitely. That goes, I think he said,
Yeah,
he
like
mentioned the
a
role
role
model.
model.
Dr.
Yeah.
Chinmay, he inspired Dr. Sahab. Scientifically, वो पढ़ा रहे हैं उनका and they're here also learning everything.
Yeah, definitely.
We can inspire our babies.
Oh, you want to inspire your parent? Wow, that's amazing. I don't think I can, I guess you can, but naturally speaking, it goes the other way. You know, like you look up to your parents. It's not that your parents will look up to you, because.
But when you get older, it changes.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Then they take
Yeah,
care of
'cause,
the
you know,
everything.
Look at Dr. His dad looks up at him.
Sorry?
Look at Dr. Sahib. His dad looks up at him.
Yeah. He's saying, look at Dr. Saab. His dad looks up to him.
Oh, well, of course, he is like an enlightened soul, so there's always exceptions, I guess.
We all can be
And we should live up to that. We should try to be that perfection that Dr. Saab is, as best to our abilities as we can. Thank you, Vivek.
Thank you.
All right, I think we've got to go a little bit faster. Who wants to talk about what their family would say? Cousins, relatives, and if you want to get really specific, mention like, oh, this is what my cousin would say. And if you want, then you can kind of talk about like what your relationship is right now and why you think they would say something in the future. Oh, okay. Mitali, okay. Yeah, stay on. Yeah, let's wait for the question.
I think my family, more so my brother, because he's the closest family I have, and I think he would say she was such a supportive sister. She supported, not funny. She supported me through a lot, financially, emotionally, in every
It's
way
true.
possible. And I'm really glad that I got her as a sister, and I hope she gets to do everything she didn't have the chance to do now that she's retired.
Okay, so wait. I didn't take notes. I was just like so involved in that. I was listening so deeply and it just touched my heart. What were some of the key words you mentioned?
I didn't write it down.
Oh, you didn't write it down? Oh, that was from the heart. Okay. So she said that she would like me to say that she provided for me financially, and I know she does that a lot. How do you think I got these braces, guys? I'm sorry. I haven't worked a day in my life yet. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's important for like your sibling or anybody that you look up to as a brother or a sister, older, be they actually your blood relatives or not. Like, I know there's some other people in this room that I consider to be my own brothers and sisters, but we have no other connections besides the one that Gurudev has formed for us. But they're still my brothers and sisters, and we have immense respect for each other. We love each other in a way that, like Sagar was saying, it's just a mutual respect. It's just a bond that is between us that we share, and there's something that we share, a yearning to learn, to want to be better. I think that's why kind of also my reason to come to camp, because I always want to learn and to learn to be better, and this is like a way to do it. Like by coming to camp, I learn about how other people are trying to be better, not just in class, but there's a lot more learning going outside of class when we're just having a conversation at lunchtime. And then we were talking about certain things, and then somebody shares a story. And then you learn about how this person did something. Oh, I never thought of that. Maybe I should do that in my life. That will make me better. I shouldn't try to get angry, because look at how this person is so calm. Like, Bhavesh Bhai, this man is so calm. Like, I don't understand how he does it. I know, you look at me, you know I'm going to get mad if you say anything. Bhavesh Bhai, so calm all the time, always making everybody smile. Like, I just want to be like that, you know? That's the type of qualities you just pick out in other people. It's not just him, like there's other people I can see too. Like Sagar, he's so funny over there, always involving everybody. I'm sorry to point it out, but like I like that. I like that about people, you know. Okay, I think I kind of went off topic.
Am I done?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, how about we skip down a couple to your, what do you guys want to do?
Healthcare provider.
We all know you guys didn't write much about that. Okay, so we'll save the guru for the last. So between the friends, manager, and coworkers, which one do you guys want to do? Okay, I think manager wins hands down. And you seem to be like so interested in saying manager, Sonam. Why don't you? Oh! She freaked out back there. You want to come up? It's okay if you don't. Well, how about both of you share this time? Sonam and Hino. Both of you can share your thing. That way, yeah, you have somebody to like back you up, up here. 'Cause it's kind of lonely, and I'll have some company over here too.
Do I need to use the mic?
Oh, okay. Without the mic. Okay, I'll put the mic away. I'm sorry.
All right.
This side. Thank you.
All right, you should come up too. You go first.
Oh.
Go first.
She's saving herself for the last day.
So I hope that, this is based on my experiences right now, but and I work in a research lab, but I hope that my manager thinks that I really dedicated myself to the projects that I was assigned on, or even the projects that at that point hopefully I'll be heading and I'll be involved in much more deeply. And then they would say that I've also accomplished a great deal in my field, so I've actually made a difference in research rather than just publishing papers that don't mean anything, and really changed healthcare. And the last thing they'll probably say is, can you just come back to work on Monday?
Oh, I like that.
Okay, stay up.
Yeah, just stay up.
Alright, well, I would expect my manager, right now that where I work right now, my manager is a bit perfectionist. He's a very big
I think you're just trying to say it nicely right now.
I am. I'm trying really hard.
Okay.
He's quite stubborn. So, what I would expect him to say when he comes up to my retirement, if I'm working for him, for ages, that you're a great co-worker. I wish I had listened to you when you said things, and you were right to know. I really wish you'd come back and work for me, and I've learned a lot from you, and you're a great person. Yeah, pretty much. I would just want him to just hear me out some of the time and not argue. Yeah, pretty much.
No, I think you just want to hear that you're right part most. No, you're wrong all the time. You're wrong. Okay. I'll get the mic. Hold on. Stay up here. So, Sonam. Soham. I was going to say Soham. Yeah. So you mentioned being a dedicated researcher and then eventually being a leader in your own field, having accomplished something. Why is being so dedicated and being a dedicated leader so important to you?
I always imagined myself, I always imagine, I'm headed in a MD PhD track, so I'll probably be maybe a professor. That's what I'm imagining right now. And I'm just really excited to be a professor, to teach and to not bring the field forward, work with other students and teach them not only the academics, the books, but also how to do research and create their own work and move the field forward themselves. So I always imagined myself in a role of a leader, and the only way I feel I can do that is by really dedicating myself to this work, because it's not easy work, and really no field is easy. You really have to dedicate yourself to get anywhere. And so that's why I said those two things.
Just be passionate about what you do, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
No.
you probably have a separate question for her.
I forgot. I was just so happy so excited about being you are right part. Okay, let me think. If anybody else has to say something, you could go ahead and ask her a question about what they think about.
I don't think anyone has. Oh, okay.
Well, I feel like you kind of said you wanted to be more appreciated, so why is appreciation why is that so important?
I guess it's not the
I guess it's not the appreciation that I'm asking for, it's just once in a while when someone is trying a different way. I mean, like I'm a software developer. I mean, there are several ways of doing things, right? And if you're going to just follow one protocol every single time, then you're not going to have anyone else to take diverse way of doing things. It kind of gets to you by end of the day when you constantly feel the need of hearing to someone else, right, and not being able to do your own things, right? I mean, one should be always allowed to, you know, be creative and
Express
be
themselves.
able to express themselves in different ways.
Research, man. Come to research.
No, it's not. This is great. I love my job, but yeah.
Okay, Sagar.
I honestly, I don't really have a question. I was just going to say a lot of people, especially in our field, tend to be introverts, or not introverts, they tend to be quiet, and they only say things when you do things wrong. They don't mention it when you do things right.
Right.
And so, even though I'm sure they appreciate your work, they don't.
I don't know. He's not a quiet type. So he's not the quiet type. No, I respect him dearly. I mean, I've learned a lot from him, regardless. But it's just, I don't seek appreciation. I don't want appreciation. I mean, it will make me happy. I don't want other people saying, "Oh, you did an awesome job." But yeah, Vitaly.
Are you, like, do you want him to, like, be more open-minded, like, you know,
Yes.
like, change his perspective towards things, like, not be such a hard-headed?
Yeah, I mean, he's old. He's been in this field for a while now, and he has his ways of doing things, which I personally believe are not that great. So.
I don't know if this is what you're trying to say, but sometimes like it helps if like your boss or your manager just talks to you in private and tells you that I liked what you did here, because then you're not being appreciated in front of everybody, but it's just more like a motivation.
Being acknowledged for something.
Like he liked what I did here, so I can probably do something like this, or something like that.
I guess.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of know what you're saying because I worked in research labs and stuff. And, they do have certain protocols that they want you to follow, but they'll teach you something in class that's telling you to expand your mind and go out of the box. And then when you try to apply that into the lab, they're like, no, you have to do it this way. So I know what you mean by that. Like, I wish they would allow you to like at least get a chance. Yeah, so to try it out. Maybe it will work better than what you would know for 6 years.
Exactly. It's just about expressing yourself and just applying your knowledge it's the current knowledge that I'm applying, right?
Exactly.
It's different. It's absolutely different. And he goes, no, this is how it's been working in Norman for years, and this is what we're going to be doing forever and ever and ever. And I'm like, oh, sweet.
So I think the issue there is that the teacher, the guru that she has, isn't learned enough to be able to bring the disciple up to a level that she can perform on her own and to be able to create new things.
So he doesn't want to let go of the leash.
Yeah, so that kind of brings us into the next topic of spiritual teacher and what you'd want your spiritual teacher to say. But before that, can we have a round of applause?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Ask that a question.
Yes, Ashka.
Okay, so if your boss isn't letting you do what you want to do or express yourself in however way, what can you do about that?
What can I do about that?
Well, actually, this one.
Well, what I initially do is, what I tend to do is, let's say we'll be discussing on some issue that has recently occurred, and I come up with a solution and I present it to him, and he goes, yeah, let's document that, let's run it with through the client. What is he gonna know, right? I mean, and he wants to just go around and ask around people, and I'm going, well, why waste other people's time? Like, I know what I'm doing, and I guess what I do is I'll just let him be. I'll let him try. Like, I'll present my ideas at one point, and then afterwards I'll just let him decide as to what he wants to do. And eventually, when things do go wrong, then I tell him, I just keep my silence. I don't want to go and tell him, yeah, I told you so. No. But he comes eventually and goes, oh yeah, you were right. Yeah, you should just do your way. Well, see, so it's just kind of like, sometimes keeping your silence is the best thing, and it does tend to turn tables, and it does work out at the end. But it's just really testing my patience at certain points, because it's just every other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's actually something similar, like I've been exposed to this a lot more too, and I try to practice to myself, and I know Summer has talked about it too, which is instead of going top-down hierarchy, there's a bottom-up hierarchy. So I learned that a more effective way to maybe potentially talk to your boss, manager, professor, whatever, is to first go to their office and have like a normal conversation, and then say, I really appreciated that you, and mention something that they did right, that they really did, that you were happy with. And then say, kind of mention those a couple of times, and then take one of those opportunities to randomly put that in there and say, although I kind of remember that one time that you did that, which wasn't, like, I didn't appreciate it as much. Kind of put it in their mind that you see a lot of the good things they do, but there are also some things that they could improve on. This way they're not thinking you're directly attacking them, but still getting your message across.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, how about a round of applause now for Hina and Sona? Okay, so who wants to talk about the last and possibly the most important one for this camp? Your spiritual teacher or your guru. I thought you almost put your hand up there, Hina, again. Oh, okay. All right, me here.
So I would think that I would want my spiritual guru to obviously, say that I'm happy that Mihir followed in my footsteps. I'm happy that he did what I taught. But I mean, in a sense, like that would kind of be like an ideal situation, as I was talking about in the beginning. But at the same time, I would also want him to tell in a constructive way. Obviously, some of the things that maybe he would not have liked, or some of the things that he would want me to change. Like I know I would be like, we're talking about our retirement dinner, but I guess there's never an age for learning. I guess you can always keep on improving and learning. So I think that, yes, of course, I would want him to tell me that, and I hope that would happen, that I followed in his footsteps, but I would also want him to tell me that, this is what you did and maybe you could have done this. That's what I think.
Constructive criticism?
Yeah.
Feedback? Yeah. Okay. Anybody have any questions for me here? Okay. So with the spiritual leader, or teacher, guru, why would you want him to be happy with what you're doing?
Because I know that if he's happy, if I know that he's happy, then I'm doing something right, because he would only be happy, a guru like ours would only be happy if we do whatever, if you follow him in the righteous way.
How do you know that what you're doing is right?
Well, that's what I said, right? That I would want him to tell me that I like the fact that you did this and you followed in my footsteps in this way, because then if you were to say that, then he would know that.
And he would also know because of your, you would see it in your change or whatever.
Exactly. And you yourself would also probably know, like, you probably see that, 10 years ago I was this kind of a person and now I'm this kind of a person, if you kind of understand what I mean.
That point just brought up, remember how Dr. Saab said about the diary writing? And diary writing, and then you write everything in your diary, and then but you don't look at it like the next day. You look at it 5-10 years from now to see how much you have progressed in life, how much you have improved. See what were you thinking back in 2005, whatever, and now how your thinking has evolved based on what you've learned from other people, based on what you've learned from your readings, your teachers, your interactions with your friends, family, everybody. So I think having a spiritual guru that is not like your boss, which is always putting you down, because I seem to feel like everybody has an issue with their boss and nobody likes them. But your guru is really, is almost like, I guess, if they're a male, I'm just going to say that, a father to you, or a female, like a mother to you, that cares about you enough to push you as far as you can take it, but then love you enough to raise you up right. Make you work hard enough to like break through all the walls of the world, but still soft enough to like rub on a baby's cheek or something. I don't know. Trying to think of a simile right now off the top of my head. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mihir. so we talked about all these different people that come to your dinner, and then what they would say. And we wrote down a couple of sentences each. Now, the importance of these sentences that we all wrote down, I don't know if any of you guys picked up on it. What do you guys think it would be? What do these sentences represent? Definitely. These sentences that you wrote down are your goals. I often think when I attend these like goal setting days or topics, I don't have a goal. I don't know what to do. Where do I find a goal from? See, we just did an activity that just helped you narrow your goals down in different aspects of your life, like how your family should be, how your friends, how do you want that to be, how do you want your job or career to be, how do you want your spirituality to grow, and healthcare provider we just left out the list, but how do you want all that to happen? These goals that we outlined here, like the loving, caring, compassionate, dedicated, sorry, Mihir, what was the last thing that you said? About going back into the past to constructive criticism. Oh, Sagar's paying attention. Yeah, so sorry, I didn't mean it that way. No, that's good, that's good. Yeah, so these sentences that we outlined, even though we can't sometimes, as soon as I ask you to say a goal, we always think about your career or something. But there's more than that, more than what you want to do in life, like based on your job or something. There's other aspects of life, like your career, like your family, that you never think about. Like, oh, this is what I would want my family to be at the end of my life. All the mistakes that I've made, I want to correct them, and I want them to love me. Even with your boss, I know there's issues with every boss, but even that relationship can be improved. And these are the goals that, like I said at the beginning, like you don't want to be in a desert wandering endlessly. Now that you have set your own goals, hopefully try and plan, like I think tomorrow's topic is how to plan accordingly to find your goal, like how to achieve your goal. Yes, exactly. So I think that ends my activity, and we have Vipul uncle at the back, who is going to present on a conference, about a conference that has been going on for a couple of years. I'm not exactly sure. He has the exact details. And yeah, I'll just let him do the talking.
You know, when this activity